What's up, you guys? Welcome. Today we're going to be discussing how you can produce a song like Doja Cat or Lizzo, or really I'm just talking about this kind of badass girl pop R&B with touches of hip hop. So this song is called Grown Fucking Woman. It is a song I just released on my EP 2000s Teen. Go check it out on Spotify and Apple and YouTube and all of the platforms. Whatever you use, it is going to be on there. Now, this song is using a lot of techniques that I think are very helpful for this type of genre. There's a lot of cool piano writing in it. There are pretty interesting drum techniques, 808s, vocal stacking. So without further ado, let's just hop right into it. Okay, guys, so here is the song. I am so stoked about the song finally coming out. It's existed for over a year now in various iterations. So you heard a little bit of a preview clip already, but I'm going to play you the verse, pre-chorus, chorus, kind of all the sections, and obviously walk through the production and also talk a little bit about songwriting and how the song changed over time.
From a different continent, I packed a bag in confidence. I didn't come for compliments, A couple decades working late, 100 no's, 100 fails. That's what it takes to elevate someone.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to tell you guys is how I actually wrote this. So as a songwriter, I really prefer to focus on the top line first. You guys see me as a producer a lot of the times here, talking about the track, talking about, the beat, the bass, all the elements. But as a writer and an artist, I almost kind of prefer to write to like an instrument. Usually I like to play guitar, I like to play piano, and if it's something like this where it's more rhythmic, I make myself the simplest little beat. So I will play what I originally wrote the song to, and you will see the startling difference. And when I say this is it, this is it.
From a different continent, a couple bags in confidence. I didn't come for compliments, A couple decades working late, 100 no's, 100 fails. That's what it takes to elevate someone. And now
so, as you can tell, it was like 100 times chiller. It was very soft. Even the way I was kind of singing was very relaxed. And I didn't really envision it that relaxed. I think that's just kind of my natural songwriting state. I'm very like, if you hear any of my kind of voice notes, it's always like, it's like super, super chill. And then as I record, I always challenge myself to elevate the energy. I'm pretty sure I sped this up a little bit. I definitely lifted the key. And this is something, it's a good trick, because usually I write in whatever key is very comfortable for me to sing over and over and over again as I write. So it's usually pretty low. Have a low voice. That's okay. So yeah, I challenge myself to be kind of like right below my register break so that I can really be right on that like almost edge of discomfort, and it sounds really like powerful. So obviously the original demo had like a bass part, a snare, a kick drum, right? Not even a kick drum. Tube, and then I had these like
from a different continent,
like little like wooden kind of percussions.
Use my high IQ to get the check.
Obviously, I completely got rid of all of that, and I really just kept kind of the idea of the bass. So let me find the 808. Obviously, I picked a totally different sound, but I kept da 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 da, and I added a lot of just variation and different interesting things to it. Like here, you could see all of these transposition. I just call them swoops. I feel like that's not like the proper name, but I like swoop. So do like all these things right here, like even like da-da, it's got a little kind of like a transposition swoop where it goes down. It just creates a lot of like, I don't know, bounciness and vibe. Okay, so another thing to like really pay attention to is how I place my snare informed the whole direction of this track. In the original little baby demo, it was just right here.
From a different continent, a couple bags in confidence.
So we're in 165 BPM. So that's the third beat of the bar. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and right. So, but what I did do in the actual version, I put it on the fourth beat. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and. So, and I hear musicians and drummers talk about this, like it's on the and, right? And it's kind of hard to explain, but it is really like 1, 2, 3, and it's kind of how you would count. So because I placed it here, it kind of shaped my entire drum package around that, really, and the feel of the song. And I'm really, really glad I did this, because I think it would have been a lot more boring with it on the 3 of the bar. Another thing is the kick. It's basically following the 808. It's got a little bit of extra hits, but the 808 and the kick are very much like a thing together. The drum package, all the percussion stuff, is very much like a big part, especially of this verse.
From a different continent, I packed a bag in confidence. I didn't come for compliments.
Like if you just listen to this, I think it's a really unusual beat because of where the percussions fall and where the snare clap falls. So, and the whole point was kind of to create this stop and go feeling, right? Because I could have just gone dun 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 16th notes, but I wanted more space for the vocal to live in. And I remember doing this. This was kind of a chore, because if you look at this, see, I have some muted hits here. I had even, I think, more stems of just different percussions. Like you can see some muted stuff here. And I honestly just went through and chiseled away until I found the hits that really made sense with the vocal melody for me. I wish there was like a science I could give you guys on that, but there's not. I just kind of felt it and I'd be like, oh, this is too much or this is too little, and found kind of like a perfect combo. And yeah, we have just like a 808 hat, you know, a little bit of triplets here, but really it's very sparse otherwise. I have this rim going almost with it. Yeah, it's not really with it. I was lying. It's kind of doing its own thing along with it. And I got these Foley hits here, which if you guys have followed my production for a while, you know that like 2-3 years ago, I was obsessed with Foley. That's all I ever did. So this is from Elli's Obsessed. I literally took some of the percussions I made for that song and just put it in this song. And then I have the clave, which is a very deliberate move because this is very much paying homage to R&B and hip hop, and that's a very widely used sound if you like pay attention, especially in some of the older music of that genre. So same with this kind of 808 crash. So yeah, a lot of this is really pretty deliberate, just kind of specifically choosing the sounds that sound like the genre. So, and I think one of the biggest parts of the song is the piano. So as you can see, I really heavily feature it. If you've heard the song already, there's like a whole classical piano outro that I composed. But I kind of just wanted to like go piano heavy because obviously this is for me as an artist. I grew up playing piano in a classical piano school. So for me, piano is really important. It's my main instrument. I play guitar crappily. Piano I can do some things with, so that's why I really am like doubling down on it in here. What is this? I'm curious. Addictive keys is like an upright. Yeah, I really love the sound of an upright, kind of like a muted upright. Just really enjoyed this here. Oh yeah, and you see I kind of had these, there's a lot of piano parts going on. There's these runs, there's this piano part right here, which kicks in on the pre. I will play it for you guys. And then there's this whole intro right here. Oh, I see what I did. I bounced it as a stem. It's actually 3 different stems, but I think I had like an issue with the instrument when I switched to Ableton 11 from 10. So I had to like go back to 10 and extract this as a wave. So that's why it says a wave. But as you can see, there's literally like, this is what it was. There's 3 different parts being played because I wanted it to sound pretty complex and I couldn't just play it on my teeny tiny whatever 30 key keyboard that I got here. Yeah, and it's curious too. I'm using a lot of aging on here. You guys have seen me use this plugin, I'm sure. The Gigahertz Wow. I really love this for aging. Got vinyl. I got a little bit of all Hollow Verb. The usual contenders. They are all here. So yeah, the piano is just a very kind of a deliberate choice on my part of, I just wanted that sound as an artist, that aged piano sound. I don't know, when I created that beat, I almost kind of imagined people at like a very old speakeasy, like very like swankily dressed people dancing, like a little jazzy vibe. Like that's just kind of the visual. I honestly, if I had the budget, I would have shot the music video for this. I wanted it to be like a really fancy old folks home, and everybody's dancing and everybody's dressed like it's like the maybe 40s, maybe like the 20s or 30s. So, and I like to have these visuals. Obviously, I write for K-pop and I imagine music videos for K-pop all the time. And it was fun to imagine that for myself. So another reason I went for this vibe.
What it takes to elevate someone. And now I use the high IQ to get the check. Don't spend it on some stupid kitty flex. I prove nothing to no one but myself. Nah, I'm looking inside me and I love what I see.
Yeah, so as I showed you guys, this piano right here kicks in. Contact library. But yeah, basically this is from a contact library. I just wanted like a kind of a like really crunchy sound. So yeah, and then most of it is the same. You know, we are continuing the same percussions, the same clap and everything. The only things really, the vocals are fairly complex on here, especially as we get into the chorus. I think in here I'm getting some doubles.
Use the high IQ to get the check. Don't spend it on some stupid kitty flex.
I'm just emphasizing, I'm emphasizing those with stabs of doubles.
Don't.
And yeah, it's really, really simple. It gets, as you can see here, it starts to like really, there's BGVs, there's low hearts, there's stuff coming in. But right here on this first pre, I'm keeping it pretty simple, really trying to focus on the lead. Here on the verse, I kind of skipped this part, but I just have a little bit of hype, like, ooh. A little bit of phasing going on, just a normal phaser from, not a little bit, actually 100%. That's funny. I would have expected that I would do like more of a, I don't know, a fade, like something here. And like, it's crazy that it's 100%. I guess I just really liked it. Yeah, and then there's vinyl on it to create that aged effect. Yeah, you know, just little kind of bits of hype that are just kind of fun to listen to. I just really like stuff like that coming in and out. You know, it's subliminal, it's kind of quiet, but really helps fill out the track. I would say anybody producing this kind of genre, you need ad-libs. You know, if you listen to like Doja or Ariana or even some of the artists before them like Mariah, Beyonce, I mean, you hear, if you really start paying attention, there are so many vocals going on. Yeah, I just want to really kind of emphasize the importance of this run. These types of things to me really signal the listener to a section change. It doesn't have to be a piano run. It doesn't even have to be a tonal instrument. It could be a sweep or just anything. But I think one of the things I see in younger producers' tracks all the time is kind of just a lack of emphasis on transitions. They just kind of have their sections go on and go on and go on. And I'm like, the more creatively you can signal the listener to the transition, the cooler it is. So I do really love this piano right here. It's still at Addictive Keys. Shout out to Excellent Audio for this plugin. I love it. But yeah, let's get back to the chorus though.
I love what I see. I'm a grown fucking woman and I don't give a shit what you think about me. I'ma keep it moving and I don't give a shit what you think about me. I'm a grown fucking woman. I'm a grown fucking woman. Honey, I'm a grown fucking woman. Don't talk while I'm trying to talk. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so vocally, everything is happening. The doubles kick in straight away and they go through the whole chorus.
I'm a grown fucking woman and I don't give a shit.
Obviously, they're spread, not all the way, but pretty far. These are spread all the way. What are these?
I'm a grown fucking woman and I don't.
Airy doubles. I forgot I did this. That's cool. That definitely, so the reason I did this is these are very much like matching the lead. These are for texture, to add that air texture, which my voice does really well, not to brag, but it's one of its strengths. So I use that as much as I can. And that's a tip too. Whatever your singer's strength is, if it's belting, like definitely use that. Don't have a whole song where they're like screaming, but find a tasteful place to showcase that. If they have an airy voice, that's a texture. It's very helpful that you can use many like utilize them in different ways, right? If they're really good at vocal fry, you can, without overusing it, use that very tastefully. Pay attention to what they're good at, or yourself if you're the artist.
I'm a grown fucking woman and I don't give a shit what you think about me.
I mean, that sounds kind of full on its own. Of course, there's a lead to go on top of it in the middle.
I'm a grown fucking woman and I don't give a shit what you think about me.
Oh, I remember how hard this vocal was to do. You see how comped it is. I was very and I even did some punch-ins right here too, where I just wasn't happy with like a word or two words, or it was hard to enunciate. That's one of my weaknesses as a singer. I'm very under enunciated. If you listen to this, my initial demo.
I'm a grown fucking woman and I don't give a what you think about me. I'ma keep it moving.
I'm very relaxed, and it can be very cool, but if I'm trying to like pump up the energy, I have a hard time enunciating and really kind of having the message come across. So I worked really hard on this vocal. I remember that now. Let's see some of the other things.
Don't give a shit.
Yeah, I think I've shown you guys this trick before. It's in some of my other music. I don't really do this in other people's music. I just have a pretty good fry like that. I'm pretty good at that. So I like to layer that because it's a very bratty kind of, I don't know, like funky texture to use, so I like it.
Don't give a shit.
I think it's cool. So there's that. Let's take a look at the tracks. I think I've added a few extra hits. Yeah, I did, but it is still pretty chill. There's still spaces, and I think that's the whole kind of vibe. You have to think about what feel you want to create, and my feel was like like little tiny pauses. So that is very much present. And then when the second half of the chorus comes in, we get like a bigger harmony. Yeah, and then there's stabs of this here as well. The yeah. And a guitar comes in as well. I think I played this. You could tell by the file name because I didn't name the track guitar. Yeah, it's very much like EQ'd bright. I think I took out all the lower mids. I just wanted, mostly. Some still are here. Wanted to really emphasize that kind of tinniness of it because there's like this big 808 and the vocals. I have a lot of natural lower mid as well. So that's why we did that. This is very loud. I'm definitely like emphasizing that quite a bit through the mix. And then what else do we have here? I'm just curious at this point. Oh, interesting. I'm pretty sure I played this and then I wrote in that pitch automation. Did I? Yes, I did. Yeah. I don't remember what this is though, guys. Don't ask. Probably like diva or something. It says it's a slidey string. Maybe it was like an omnisphere, like orchestral string that I like screwed up with wow and then that pitch drop. Yeah, I have like a normal. Oh, nice. I see. I'm doing the same on it. That just looks like some kind of sample I took from somewhere. Very cool.
Honey, I'm a grown fucking woman. Don't talk while I'm trying to talk.
Yeah, and right here, I remember I worked on this transition a lot. I even added just certain sounds that are nowhere else, like this kick. It's just called weird kick. I'm like, what is that even? I don't know. Yeah, like a longer. I don't know why it's called metal. Maybe it was a metallic hit before. I screwed it up. But yeah, interesting. What is this? Just like a snap too. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I just wanted this moment to feel different with that. Yes, ma'am. Like doing a.
Yes, ma'am.
It's just me pitch lifted. Yeah, to make me sound like a kid. But yeah, that's pretty much chorus. Let's check out verse 2.
Still the time to get it right, to plant the seeds and get them right, but finally I'm not growing all my growing pains. Every insecurity.
I love that moment. I mean, that's just a big old harmony stack.
Growing pains.
And I will tell you guys, I do not sing this tightly or this on pitch. You probably already know that if you watch me. But this I did in Studio One. I did all the BGVs, for all of my songs in Studio One. And then I tuned them and I used Vocaline to align them to the lead. That's why, when you listen to this,
All my growing pains.
it is very close because that's what I wanted. Sometimes messy harmonies are cool. Sometimes that's the vibe I like tight for my particular music. And for this genre, usually going like very tight, very perfected is good. I do like that. And then I got these coming in again. Yeah, these kind of like little altar boy format vibes. But yeah, when I look at this now, I'm like, oh, this is really simple. But boy, I remember struggling with every piano sound, every run, getting every vocal perfect. This song is deceptively simple because it's not a lot of things, but it took a long time to arrange these things to sit there this way.
Now I use that high IQ to get the check. Get the check, get it.
Yeah, and I got my little...
Get the check, get it.
I like the little phasing on. It's pretty fun.
Get the check, get it. Spend it on some stupid kitty flex.
I got a harmony coming in.
Nothing to know about myself. Now I'm looking inside.
Oh, I think I got like a verb moment here.
Nothing to know about myself.
Interesting. I did not know that I did that.
Prove nothing to know about myself. Now I'm looking inside.
And then I cut it right there. Yeah, because I wanted, I'm looking inside me, just come in like immediately dry. Very kind of fun technique to try. Yeah, I got some ad-libs starting to come in. Usually I don't do major singy ad-libs until chorus 2, and I'm pretty much sticking to that formula here.
Me. Don't give a shit what you think about me, yeah.
Yeah, I think mostly the chorus is the same production except those types of things. Building it in like small steps. It's not the same, but it's not so far apart from the previous chorus that it's like, whoa, it's totally different. And you can see here I added more kick of that weird kick hits.
Don't talk while I'm trying to talk.
And yeah, here I had like a guitar also. You can see the automation just bringing up the EQ, and here I just took out the guitar. Then we have the rap or sing rap, whatever you want to call it.
I don't bother bully, need my head 100, got a biz of fun and hits a cutter on my own republic. Oh yeah, relax, wait on my philosophy.
It's very simple. I'm mostly playing with this guitar. Again, the kind of very normal EQ swoop up. It's pretty, I think, effective because I really wanted this to focus on the vocal. Yeah, so and then pops of doubles.
Around my own republic, oh yeah.
Very important to emphasize certain moments of the rap. Yeah, and I've got my like kind of messed up sort of. I got Saturn on here. I got Valhalla. I got a little Ultra Boy. I got all kinds of stuff layered on these, and they sound cool. I do really like them. Yeah, and this is where like I'm really going off on the ad-libs, and they're very important.
Girls from the windman. I'm a grown fucking woman. What you think about me? Yeah.
And they're so toony. It's so funny because I just kind of knew they were going to be a little bit buried under it, so I didn't worry about stuff like that. If they were more featured, I would have edited them better. But yeah, I think this is where it kind of gets big and like everything is in there, all the background vocals. Oh yeah, and look, there's where the hat comes in. Full hat vibes. I see. Yeah. So that's like pretty similar to last one. And then the only like kind of I think this is really cool. This is just my decision as an artist to do this like total, like interesting, like pretty outro. That's just what I wanted for the song. As you can see in the original demo, that was not here. Whatever I just did.
Getting better, getting better.
Oh, I had a whole other. I didn't even have a rap. I remember that. I just had like a getting better, something like that. And I just was like, this is lame. And I dumped it. And I wrote the rap. And then I made this an outro that you'll hear.
Talk while I'm trying to talk.
Don't talk while I'm trying to talk.
I'm super proud of this. I am not a composer. I know music theory. I am not going to play Tchaikovsky by memory or reading it off of sheet music. That's not the level of musicianship I'm at. So how did I kind of like fake this? Basically, I wrote this piano part 4 bars at a time. So I would just sit there and just write this, I'd write it that much, record that much. And I'd be like, okay, what goes after that? And then I'd write the next part. And I would practice it a bunch of times before I recorded it. And then this part I could not reach. Like, I literally could not play this and this at the same time. Oh, it isn't that I couldn't reach. I remember it's that my brain could not comprehend playing do 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 with the left and then da 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 with the right. I was like, it's been 20 years since I played classical music. Let me do this separately. So, and then another thing I did too is obviously this is all also quantized, not like perfectly quantized because I wanted it to sound real, but like I just like sat down and played it. But what I'm doing, which I do think is pretty clever, I am decreasing the song's tempo as I go by increments. Like at this point it's 149.20, at this point it's 145.86. You know what I mean? It just keeps going down and going down until we're at that final stage. And I started pretty much at the top right here and just keep going down. And what I did is I played it in whatever this 165. I played it in that, and then I was like, "Oh, this is like a little fast." So I just kept dragging it down and finding the right pocket for the tempo of this piano. So this is a tip for y'all that aren't extremely accomplished composers and piano players. And then just to take a look at what else is in here. Yeah, I have these really pretty ahs. Yeah, it's just they're supposed to be background. They're honestly like I almost like want to write a song just over that. That's so pretty. Yeah, they're just very much like spread to the side with the center plug-in by waves. Kind of top rolled off because I wanted it to be more muted and the piano to be the centerpiece. Verb, you know, the normal things. And then there's like some vinyl dirt going on too. Make it sound a little bit aged. And I think there's there's a string going on too. And it's like deliberately a little bit like messed up. Oh, there's shaper box on it. Oh, I see. Oh, I see what I'm doing. Oh, this is cool. It's just like playing with the time of it. Oh, it's interesting. I had no idea that I did that. So yeah, there's a lot of like little cute elements in this outro. This outro took me like hours. You guys, hours and hours and hours to create that. So this was very much purely an artistic choice because this was for me. So, and yeah, that's pretty much the song. All right, and that's pretty much it, you guys. That is kind of the overview of the song. Obviously, I didn't get super in detail on every plugin and every way that I did this. So if you have questions, make sure you ask them down below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, and turn on your post notifications so you don't miss any videos from me. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.